Now, Isaiah Sharp with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
That snow starting to make its way into the Gem State. We've had quite the dry spell consistently this week. Temperatures reaching up into those upper 30s and low 40s, but now the cool down has arrived. Temperatures sitting just below at 34 right now, and they're going to continue to drop going into the night. And I don't know if you can see right now from the village at Meridian, there was a little flicker that passed on by. Yep, you can see those flurries starting to arrive here. There is a potential of less than half an inch of accumulation, though, here in the Treasure Valley, a little bit higher up into those mountain ranges. We'll get to that in just a couple of moments. A couple of quick updates regarding the wildfires in Southern California. Take a look at the numbers of wind gusts, and these numbers falling dramatically compared to what we have been seeing overnight into the morning time. They saw gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Luckily, things are starting to lower, which is great, especially when it comes to dealing with this. And then containment as well. A couple of fires already starting, a couple of low percentage containments, and then there is one fire that's already been contained too. And take a look at the power outage numbers as well. All of these dwindling just yesterday. This one reaching up to close to 870,000 people, drawing fairly close to 1 million. Now under 100,000, which is great to see. And these numbers hopefully will continue to fall as conditions are starting to get a little bit better in Southern California. Here's that system passing on through. That high pressure ridge to the south of us continues to move further east, and you can see that snow starting to make its way into the Treasure Valley. A little bit of a rain snow mix for some areas. We'll just pay attention to it as it passes on over now, making its way into the Magic Valley region as well. I'm taking a quick look at what we're seeing right now, and there's that system prominently passing on over. You can see the rain snow mixes, some of the flurries, some of the rain, and then some of the rain snow mix in the pink as it makes its way into the mountain ranges. Mountains are expected to see about 2 to 4 inches just over the next 48 hours. This is going to continue on going into Saturday for them. As for us, this is expected to clear on out going into the night and really showing up right now. This is when it's supposed to hit us. It's going to continue for the next couple of hours as well. Like I said, not too much accumulation on the valley floors. Most likely less than an inch is expected in the Treasure Valley region. Maybe about an inch expected in Twin Falls. Mountain ranges, like I said, 2 to 4 inches. Mountain peaks, so closer to those ski and snowboard areas, probably going to be seeing about 6 inches. So a healthy dusting is expected for the weekend, and then after that things clear out really nicely. Not expecting too much activity after that, but a cool down is expected with all of these clear conditions because there's not a lot of coverage for us when it comes to cloud. There's going to be a nice bit of gap when it comes to things warming up, so do expect a cool week ahead. Going to be breaking into the 40s expected for some areas, but mostly upper 30s, and then the drop in temperatures to follow fairly quick. 28 in McCall and Cascade, 30s everywhere else, 42 up in Riggins, Idaho. Your McCall extended forecast, take a look at those lows going from teens into single digits, and those highs expected to only break into the 20s consistently this week. So the western central mountains prepare for a cool one ahead. As for the Treasure Valley region, we're going to see our own drop as well, not as dramatically of course. 37 expected on Saturday, mid 30s across the board, but those lows are going to turn into low 20s, breaking into the teens on Tuesday and Wednesday. So just do prepare. Partly cloudy skies across the board, but a cool week ahead and more dry conditions.